Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. It's 12:44 p.m., so it's the afternoon over here in Italy. I'm actually in Milan now. I was in Frankfurt, Germany yesterday, and I want to apologize. I know for some of you guys don't care, but obviously because of my travel in Europe, it's very difficult for me to find internet connection and stuff like that. So I was not able to go live to do my live trading for the Learn Plan Profit group, but I did do a couple, like, not call outs. But I talked about the direction of /NG and the direction of /NG and stuff like that. We did really well with that. My overall day was a little bit over $550. I'm going to do a recap on what I traded, what I could have done better, where I did well in, and then talk about kind of moving on forward. So the market opens here at 3:30 p.m. I'm going to try my best to go live. We have a couple of activities that we have planned here while I'm in Italy, in Milan, and then we head out to Rome tomorrow, and then to Mykonos, Greece, and then to Paris, and then back to LAX. So I want to thank you guys for being so not only like supportive, but just also, like, you guys are really assisting this entire process, this entire trip. So many of you guys have so many suggestions that you've been messaging me through Instagram and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. And I want to give a huge shout out to Pascal. He was one of the members for both part of TechBot Solutions and Learn Plan Profit. He met up with us in Germany, and I can't thank you enough for giving us kind of like a tour and also taking us to the German trading ground, and showing us kind of like how people are I think it was one of the biggest banks in Germany, and how they're top traders. I think they're like a distribution company and stuff like that, how they kind of like manage and stuff like that. It was an amazing experience. I'm going to go ahead and start recapping my trade, and then kind of go from there. So again, I was trading on the go. I was behind my computer for a very short period of time. I ended up buying a SIM card, so service on my phone is very limited. I think about like 1.5 or 3 gigabytes, something like that. You have a T-Mobile out here. I don't have T-Mobile, but I was able to use that. I was not able to stream off of I had to go to like Starbucks. They had very like dinky Wi-Fi. So everything had to really be off my phone. My trades were not perfect. I couldn't look at my charting. That was a huge flaw. So I wouldn't really suggest that for a lot of people. If you guys saw how the overall market performed yesterday, Facebook did an amazing job. AMD did an amazing job. A lot of these /GC was very bullish as of yesterday. I think we'll talk about it in just a little bit. Yeah, let me go ahead and start breaking it down. I really hope you guys not only learn something new, but I'm not a huge person that, I travel usually for work. Usually I'm in Arizona usually, and I travel to what is it, like maybe Miami, maybe most commonly like Los Angeles or San Diego. I'm not a huge kind of like travel and trade or anything like that. I'm a creature of habit. I really love trading in my little trading station at home. So I just want you guys to know that it's something different. It's something fun. But I'm definitely really excited to go back to Arizona. We just got the new house and set all that up and make it all nice for you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and kind of get this going. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Looks like I have to lean a little bit over this way. Just for those that want to see, because it's the next day, I wasn't able to go live yesterday. I can show you guys the profits. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I would encourage you, if you really want to, stay up to date with my trades. These are all the trades that I took yesterday. BABA, this was a swing trade. So this was on the day, $327.60. It was a little bit over $400 on the open. If you guys know what that is, then great. If not, again, that doesn't really matter. But again, $327.60 on the day, a little bit more on the open. It was a swing trade, right? DGAS barely. So this was the very upsetting part. So this is when DGAS was at 22.50, and this is when I took the screenshot, right? When I sold this position, it was at the low $22. So I missed out on a huge margin there. I think I had a total of 1,300 shares, a little bit over $20,000 invested in DGAS when I sold. Barely, did not even pay for my commissions, right? My commission is $4.95 because I've reduced commissions through TD Ameritrade for both my entry and my exit. So that was just one trade. JDST. This is the position that I took right before, literally, this position in total was about 5 to 10 minutes, and I took it right before I was boarding, and I sold it right as I was about to take off. So I was in the plane already moving. Locked in Profits shared it on Instagram, and then cleared a little bit over $120 on this specific position. And then JNUG did $109.07. Really messed up on JNUG, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I could have cleared $700, maybe even $800 if I would have traded how I should have. So again, I'm just going to recap very quick. And just so you guys know, on BABA, when I sold BABA, I posted it for all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit. I sold right at market open. So because it was a swing trade, so I'm going to go back just, if it lets me, I'm going to go back just a little bit. On the 1-day 5-minute chart, let me just make sure that I'm sharing my screen. On the 1-day 5-minute chart, again, this was a swing trade. So I was holding from, what's it called, the day before, right? And as it was opening during pre-market hours, it was showing signs of an uptrend, but it showed signs of a potential resistance right around this like $77 price point. So it pushed up to highs of like 177, right? And pulled back, and it was consolidating right as the market opened. How many of you guys, and this is what I wanted to talk about, I've had it happen to me multiple times where it comes back, it tries to recover, and right as the market opened, it fully gets rejected. I'm always asking myself, man, I should have locked in profits. I should have just walked away. I could always get back in, and that's what I did. I mean, I knew that I was traveling. I knew that I wasn't going to be very active on my phone. I had very limited data, so I made the decision to lock in profits on BABA. I locked in profits at 176, like 92. Again, not the best exit, but again, it was a swing trade, and my entry point was like at 174. So it was, and I had 130 shares. Pushed up, right? For all those that saw me take the position on Friday, if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, you would have seen that position happen. But again, it pushed up, hit highs of like 180. Just a couple minutes later, and then all it did throughout the entire day was it consolidated, it held above the middle VWAP, and it showed signs of an uptrend as it continued to bounce off the EMA indicator. The group did an amazing job being able to scalp it. Again, some of you guys might be asking, why didn't you day trade it, Ricky? I wasn't very active. I did not know that BABA was going to push up. As soon as I sold, I saw this thing shoot up to highs of 178. Yes, it was pretty upsetting because it ended up, I calculated, as like $195 that I missed out on. You win some, you lose some. And I still won, right? I still stayed green. I cleared a little bit over 400 on the open, a little bit over 300 on the day. And yes, I could have done better, but one thing that I want to share is that I see so much more success in locking in profits consistently. Although I do leave a lot on the table, a majority of the time, there's like this joke where, again, I lock in profits way too early and then the stock continues to go up. It's something that we joke around about. But again, if you guys look at my previous trades, how often am I consistently green? Are they the largest profits? Could they be bigger? Of course they could be bigger, but that's something that I can continue to refine. One thing that I want to focus on is that I'm continuously locking in profits. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know a lot of the times, again, just to reiterate it, right as the market is about to open, it's showing signs of a potential recovery. The volume jumps on in, a bunch of sellers end up taking action, and it starts to dump, right? And I would much rather stay green rather than go from green to red. And I know that's one of the worst feelings because you're like, wow, I could have just locked in profits and bought in at a much lower price point. So if I was if I was like behind my computer and I sold and then I saw that it was pushing up, I could have 100% jumped in. But again, due to my travel, it wasn't meeting, like, I just wasn't in the position to do it. So moving on from that, I ended up taking a position on JNUG. JNUG was showing signs of an ascending uptrend pattern. I was really looking at /GC and how it was trading. If you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group, again, this is all I was trading based off of when /GC was starting to show signs of a recovery right here. So it broke above the middle VWAP, and it started to show signs of recovery right around this general area. This is where I saw the most value, and then kind of moving forward, it started to show signs of it being a little bit more in the bullish aspect, and then that was in favor of JNUG. And it wasn't towards the very end where I saw that JNUG and /GC was a little bit more on the overbought side, that it was getting rejected, and then that's what made me want to take the very small position or short position on, not short position, but very small position on JDST, which I was able to buy at the low 70s and sell at the highs of, right before the middle VWAP. So this one was a higher risk one, and the reason that it was higher risk is when, let me actually zoom in a little bit closer, JDST was showing signs of a descending pattern, and I knew that it had a support. Do you guys see the support, this consolidation? So it continued to bounce. So again, I like to identify kind of the low points and the high points. I saw that it was bouncing around this area and getting rejected around the middle VWAP. I calculated the margin of profit that I had to offer. It was about 1%. I was like, hey, if I take about a $20,000 to $25,000 position, I can make it $200 to $250. My entry point wasn't the best. It was at like 706, if I'm not mistaken. It pushed up, and as it started to push up, hit highs of the almost to the middle VWAP, and I just saw it push above 750, locked in profits. The flight was taking off and walked away. Right, it continued to descend. The reason that this was higher risk is because obviously it's trading in between the middle and bottom VWAP, and the SMA is pointing down, and so is the EMA. So it's showing signs of a descending pattern. Now the last one that I want to talk about is DGAS. So DGAS is the only one that I don't think I've covered. So this is the one that I could have done much better on if I was, I saw that it was very bullish. If you look at /NG, this is something that I've been talking about. This is actually exactly what I talked about in the Discord chat for those that are part of Learn, Plan, Profit, and TechBud Solutions. I talked about /NG. If you go on the 180-day chart, that it was showing signs of it being much more on the overextended side, and it was showing signs of a downtrend pattern. So it made sense on why it would start selling off, right? So with that understanding, I knew the overall direction was bearish. So it was showing signs of a downward pattern. And if you understand ETFs, just like we've explained in the Learn, Plan, Profit course, in between the middle and bottom VWAP, showing signs of a downward pattern and natural gas trending down, I knew that UGAS was going to start to trend down and that DGAS was going to start to push up. The thing with that is DGAS was one of the first positions that I took in the very morning, and if you guys can see how it performed, I felt like I was missing out on a lot of things. That's right as I sold BABA, and right as I took my position, it kind of was just consolidating around this area, continued to get rejected around 2240, and it wasn't until after that it started to show signs more of an uptrend pattern. And I could have waited for that. Again, I couldn't really see all this because I didn't have my computer on me. I was trading off of my mobile device, and that's why I'm implementing that section in the Learn, Plan, Profit course on how I use my TOS app on my phone, how I set my alerts, how I set my OCO brackets, and how I trade on the go for a lot of those that either have a full-time job, either are trading at school or something like that, or just want to become more user-friendly with how to trade on the go and to lock in profits as well like that. So overall, natural gas or DGAS was still showing signs of it being very, I think in my eyes, bullish, and natural gas was a little bit more bearish because of the descending pattern. One thing that I do want to note is, DGAS is definitely showing signs of an uptrend pattern. It's due for a pullback. So also if you look at /NG, it's due for a potential push up. So you guys can see kind of the pattern. As something starts to trend down, it tries to recover. Something starts to trend down, it starts to recover. The MACD indicator is starting to try to curve back up, so is the RSI. So if this natural gas starts to recover, then that means that DGAS will pull back and UGAS will pull up for probably a short period of time. It might touch the EMA indicator and then continue to descend. So overall, we are seeing signs of a downward pattern, big picture for natural gas, but that doesn't mean that every single day is going to be, bearish, right? We are going to see pullbacks on DGAS, although it is starting to show signs more of an uptrend pattern. And I think we did an amazing job calling this one out. We were, waiting for this. So if you guys look at this overall pattern, it's bounced here multiple times before. So again, being able to identify the low points as this thing was selling off, it was consolidating here. We waited for the break above 21. It started to show signs of an uptrend, and we took advantage of it properly. Obviously, I'm not in the best position as of right now to take these positions due to my, on-the-go trading. But I'm going to try to do my best and just focus on whatever's actively trending up, and to make sure that I still focus on, that I'm getting a good deal and then I'm not forcing a trade. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, I think that's really just it. Do you guys have any specific questions for me? So did that all make sense on how, so again, none of the stocks that I talk about are in any way, stock suggestions or anything like that. Everything that I'm kind of just, one thing that I really like to focus on is making sure that I understand the patterns that I'm trading, and to understand pullbacks, when they're most likely going to happen, when something is a little bit more overextended and not so much of a good deal, to kind of be on high alert to lock in profits or to follow with a tighter stop loss. So hey Ricky and chat, boom, boom, boom. I'd love to hear your thoughts on weed markets and stocks currently killing it with short-term to mid-term swings. Thanks, homie. So I've talked about it multiple times. I think that there's a lot of hot hype with a lot of these marijuana companies as of right now. There's a lot of news that's coming out, and if you guys remember, last year there was this same phase where all these marijuana stocks are extremely bullish. They're all pushing up something like CRON, CGC, and then all of a sudden, unfortunately, for those that do not understand that this hype is not going to last forever, they pull back and you end up giving back all the profits that you made. So I would just, if you have made money, great. Just ask yourself, are any of those stocks a good deal as of right now? If you want to day trade it, great. If you know how to do that, great. I would really manage your risk, especially with these very volatile stocks. I just want to make sure that you guys don't have to lose any money. And I hope that that's something that you guys know that I'm trying to look out for you guys on. So, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Bella Bros? What's up? What's up? Let's see. So Don is saying, where's the hype video of the laptop lifestyle? LOL. You have to make one. You're in a different country. Yeah, that's something that what's it called? My team was telling me to make like trading videos of you guys know all those cliche traders that we trade on the go and stuff like that, and that it's like an amazing life. It sucks. I hope you I hate traveling and trading. It's cool because we get to make money on the go and it sounds like a fancy thing. It's so much more difficult. It's such an inconvenience. And I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. It's not something that I enjoy to do. I would much rather trade at home, and I have everything that I need there. Reliable internet connection. My computer is much quicker there. I can communicate with my team as a Learn, Plan, Profit, and TechBot Solutions at a much more efficient manner, and I think it's a better environment altogether. So of course it's maybe for other people it's something that really inspires people, and I don't mind posting it, but I want to be honest, it's so cool. The team that I brought here, Justin, Harley, Caleb, and I that are here traveling, it's such a blessing to be here, and I don't want to minimize that, but I need you guys to know that if we're let's say I'm traveling here in Italy, it's so hard to find reliable Wi-Fi. I had to book this place because it had strong internet connection and not any other bummy hotel, because the hotel that I stayed at yesterday in Milan was such bad Wi-Fi that I canceled my reservation to book here. So just want to make sure that you guys know that it's not as amazing that it sounds, and just if your business or whatever motivates you, right? Make sure that it's not the lifestyle necessarily that motivates you, but it's your passion for the market. And that's something that we've always talked about. Obviously, we offer TechBot Solutions, which is the free community for investing in the stock market and stuff like that. That's our core focus. But if you want to do drop shipping, if you want to do start your own t-shirt business, if you want to do whatever it is and that makes you happy because you have a passion for it, 100% pursue that. I don't need you guys to start to trade. I make these videos because I like to, and because I personally have a passion for trading, and I think that you guys can see that from my videos. And if it wasn't because of that, I would not go through this entire hassle to try to pay extra to find better Wi-Fi, because I want to make sure that I'm trading at a good pace. So Stanley is saying, I just enrolled in LPP. It's great. Super happy to hear that, Stanley. Super happy to have you as a part of the team. I do apologize that I have not been the most active. I probably will not be the most active for the next 7 to 8 days because I'm traveling. That is something that I posted in the group, and I hope that that's something that you guys all understand. So again, for all those that are asking where I'm traveling to, I'm in Italy right now. I'm traveling to Rome tomorrow. I'm traveling to Mykonos after Thursday for about 3 days, and then Mykonos, Greece, and then the last day is going to be Rome. So we have a lot of suggestions of where people want us to come visit next, but unfortunately, definitely not going to be able to visit all those places. So we got someone that's a little bit upset saying, "Stop clickbait, you little idiot." Okay, I actually didn't think that I was clickbaiting. I talked about traveling and making over $500. I think that's what I did. So, but yeah, sorry that I upset you. Thank you guys again for everything it is that you guys do. Again, I'm going to try my best to go live in about 2.5 hours. I really need to catch up on some sleep. And if you guys want to join either TechBot Solutions or Learn, Plan, Profit, it's that first link in the description. That's if you want to watch me trade live and have more direct access to me. And then our free group is the third link in the description. That's TechBot Solutions. We have over 145,000 members, and we'd love to be a part of your success. So how long till I get approval? Mario, it takes about usually 24 to 48 hours to join into the group, but because we're traveling, my team's traveling as well, were taking a little bit longer, and that's something that we announced. So just if you could be patient, we'd really appreciate that. So yeah, that's really just it. Hopefully we earned your guys' thumbs up. I hope that you guys all had a good night or have a good night, and hopefully all have an amazing trading day. So hopefully I can trade with you guys, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit. So thank you guys again so much for your time. Hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day. Like always, continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be your judgment of success, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green out. Take it easy, team.